Bro, get the fuck away from here. Like, turn around. Bro, no, hold on. I think it's gonna crash, bro. Holy shit. Holy shit.
A routine takeoff from one of the world's busiest cargo hubs turned into a devastating tragedy in Louisville, Kentucky. This is the crash site of a massive UPS cargo jet that met a fiery end just seconds after leaving the runway. What you are about to see is raw footage capturing the final moments of this ill-fated flight.
¡Oh my God! ¡Corre para atrás, papi! ¿Viste? Te lo estoy diciendo, Dios mío.
Venga.
¡Ay, Dios mío!
Pero venga.
¡Ay, mi Dios! ¡Ay, Dios mío, señor! ¡Ay! ¡Mira la cantidad de gente cogiendo candela, papi!
Louisville International Airport is home to UPS Worldport, the company's main global air hub. Hundreds of flights just like this one depart every single day, carrying goods to every corner of the globe. The sheer volume of traffic means that safety protocols and aircraft maintenance must be absolutely flawless. To understand why this crash was so unavoidable, we have to look at the physics of a heavy lift takeoff. Every pilot lives by three critical speeds: V1, VR, and V2. V1 is the decision speed. Once a massive cargo jet like this passes V1, the pilot is committed to the air. Even if an engine explodes or a fire breaks out, they must take off, because there isn't enough runway left to stop. VR is the rotation speed, the exact moment the pilot pulls back on the yoke and the nose wheel leaves the pavement. In the Louisville footage, we see the aircraft reach VR and begin its climb, but it never reaches V2, which is the safety climb speed. When a plane fails at this exact transition, the few seconds between the wheels leaving the ground and the wings gaining full lift, it enters a dead zone. There is no altitude to trade for time, and no speed to keep the wings from stalling. For the crew of Flight 2976, the disaster struck in the most vulnerable second of the entire flight path. Investigators from the NTSB are currently scouring the Louisville tarmac for clues, focusing on two terrifying possibilities. The first is an uncontained engine failure. This isn't just an engine stopping. It's an internal explosion where turbine blades shatter and tear through the wing like shrapnel. If those blades severed hydraulic lines, the pilots would have lost the ability to move the flaps or the rudder, making the plane a multi-ton brick in the sky. However, there is a second theory: cargo shift. In a cargo giant, thousands of pounds of freight are locked into place on the main deck. If just one or two heavy pallets break their lock during the steep angle of takeoff, they slide to the very back of the plane. This shifts the center of gravity instantly. The nose pitches up so sharply that the air can no longer flow over the wings, causing a power-on stall. In this scenario, no amount of pilot skill can bring the nose back down. Looking at the steep angle of the fireball in the witness video, investigators will be looking closely at the wreckage of the cargo hold to see if the locks held firm or failed under pressure. Behind the technical data are three individuals: a captain, a first officer, and a flight engineer. In a cargo operation of this scale, the flight engineer is the technical backbone, monitoring fuel flow and engine temps while the pilots focus on the horizon. These three professionals weren't just flying a plane. They were managing a complex high-pressure system in the dark of the early evening. In those final seconds, the cockpit voice recorder will likely reveal a scene of intense, disciplined chaos. Pilots are trained to aviate, navigate, communicate, in that exact order. Their last moments would have been spent fighting the controls, trying to find a level patch of Earth, while the cockpit was filled with the deafening sound of stall warnings and fire alarms. They were the last line of defense in a battle against gravity that, unfortunately, could not be won. The National Transportation Safety Board will spend months piecing together the data to find out exactly what happened. This tragedy serves as a grim reminder of the risks faced by the crews who keep global commerce moving every day. What are your thoughts on cargo flight safety? Do you think regulations need to be tighter? Let us know in the comments below.